We're back.
Yep.
That was fun, Lance.
Yeah, we totally fixed our own problem.
We're very smart people.
Very smart people. Totally resolved the issue.
Yes.
Hello, Twain. Hello, Twain. Rose, your neighbor. I know it's late.
You might need to turn it down
Yeah, we're pretty well.
because they're probably getting double audio.
I apologize for that, but I'm getting a bit worried. I haven't seen you out of the house in about 3 weeks. Is everything all right? Could you call me just to let me know everything's fine? All right. Bye-bye.
Sounds like a worried mom.
So she says she's the neighbor. All right, so the opening cutscene is,
With the gun. I missed that all.
yeah, so the dude basically kills his wife and 2 kids and then turns the gun on himself.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, so that's how the game starts.
So who are we?
So it's not entirely sure yet, but this is the door we came out of, and now it's locked.
So we're not the dude with the gun.
We are the dude with the gun.
Oh, there's an echo now.
Yeah, we're probably getting double sound.
I'm gonna turn off my mic.
Okay. I feel like we either need to, because we could disable the Elgato audio, couldn't we? Mute it. Yeah. And then that would eliminate the echo because the sound would be coming through here. Correct?
Yeah, talk into your mic.
Hello?
Do it again. I think I've got double of yours. I think that's what the echo's for. So this one as well.
Okay.
So let us know. I'm gonna turn the Elgato back up.
Let us know if there's still an echo.
So let us know how that sounds, Michael. That should be good to where you can hear us and you can hear the game.
Yeah.
I might sound a little bit soft but it's not a big deal.
All right, this room is the progress room. And it basically collects items from that you find. Weird confessional booth in a home.
In a home.
A little odd, right?
He says it sounds good.
Okay, cool.
And an empty frame. I'm assuming we find the picture for these frames.
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, so we wake up in a room that looks like a...
What were we trying to buy from the store?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You need the garage room.
Yeah, so we woke
Where's
up...
the garage on the upper landing?
Well, and that's the room we came out of to start the game. Our guy got up. He was in a room with a drain in the middle of the floor. He stood up, walked through the door, and we were on this landing. And now that's saying that's the garage, and the door's locked.
Okay, I'm gonna ask again. Why is the garage on the landing?
I don't know. This is kind of a weird house.
Oh, we went to a comic book store.
Oh, yeah.
And specifically went there so that Colt could buy the Battle Cat.
Mm-hmm.
The new...
The Panther, the new Panther from the new He-Man line.
And because I had gone there the Saturday before and said specifically to him, oh my gosh, my friend would absolutely love that. If I bring him back, can he buy it? And he said yes. And then so I took Colt to go buy it. And the guy's like, it's not for sale.
He's like, yeah, that's not for sale.
So we ended up buying the Funko Pop Diablo instead.
And then we never went back to that store.
No, I haven't gone back either, which is really sad because it was kind of cool.
It's kind of a cool store, but like if they're not going to sell us stuff that's in stock, why bother?
It was like a toy comic book thing. Sorry, I got the hiccups in the middle of talking. Paranormal events happen randomly throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's not scary. Avoid standing in the dark for too long. I take that as just general. This is very PT.
Right?
This is very PT.
Yeah. Like, there's definitely a lot of PT influence and definitely some Silent Hill influence, which makes sense if you're a fan of
Can you go
PT.
outside?
Nope.
Do you ever get to go outside?
Nope.
That sucks. Yeah, it was really weird. And aggravating at the same time. Back to what I was saying, though. Oh gosh, I keep making weird noises. I'm sorry, guys. I try to avoid standing in the dark for too long.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Just as a general rule, right?
Yeah, like when I leave your house, I know I'm not standing. I'm sitting and driving, and I'm actually in motion. But
Do you have your
like
light
I'm
on?
not moving, I always have my light on.
Your dome light?
Yeah. Because I'm really scared of the goat man.
He's around.
Have you seen him this year?
I haven't seen him this year.
He's probably still hibernating. Flying eyes from outer space. They came. What's that saying? They came. They saw.
They left us alone.
They left us alone. I feel like that's not what's gonna. That's
Tiny bastard.
kind of scary.
The Dominator.
Dominator.
Wayland Jones.
You didn't say anything about the link I sent you the other day.
It wouldn't ever that game that you want to try. Every time I'd click on the link, it would never open up in Amazon.
It's an Amazon, or it's a Alien RPG.
That's kind of cool.
So it's like we're playing Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah, but in Aliens.
But set in Alien.
That's cool.
No, dude, it looks freaking amazing, and I think we should play it next.
All right.
Spaghetti circles, because SpaghettiOs is trademarked.
All right, so this book right here is kind of interesting. So the lady that called us on the phone,
Yeah.
as you go through the game, you can find pages to this comic,
Yeah.
and they'll collect here, and it's the story that's being told in the comic is what actually happened in the neighbor's home. And it kind of recounts the neighbor's been living there for years, decades, and has been watching multiple families come into this house with weird things happening. And so it kind of, but at the same time, that neighbor is going crazy too.
Of course she is, because why wouldn't she be? That's a really skinny bathroom.
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right, so this is how you maintain your sanity when your sanity starts dropping. And then there's candles you can pick up to light certain areas.
Razors in the sink are always kind of disturbing me. Also, broken mirrors. Why are there so many broken mirrors in horror games?
Yeah. There we go. The control scheme is a little bit weird too, so it takes me a little bit getting used to again.
There's a panda on that door. That means something.
Could be where we need to
That
go.
dude looks like you, man.
Does he?
Kind of a little bit if you were,
If I was old?
20 years older. You didn't think so?
I didn't think about it too much.
Okay, cool. There was newspapers in that drawer. Also,
We have a key.
it's the basement key.
Actually, it's not. It says it is. This is the electric room key.
Oh.
Because that's just a tutorial
Oh,
screen,
okay.
is all that is. And so it just uses
were
one of the
these
keys in the
buttons?
game. See, if we had a candle, we could put a candle here and light up this space. There's like these...
I see. That's a weird panda. Fine.
Kind of weird, huh?
So this is obviously a kid's room.
Okay, so taking this item will begin a chapter. You will not be able to begin a different chapter until you have completed this one. Pick up the item. We're going to not do that yet because I want to make sure we get everything first. So it's a game where there's chapters that tell story events, but then there's things you can do in between chapters. Kind of like the house acts as kind of the hub world a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we need a lighter.
That was a weird door in a closet.
Yeah, and it connects to the parents' room. It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, kind of weird. was you gonna light on fire, bro?
Well, you use that to obviously light your way and to light candles that you find.
Ooh, tequila.
Booze in the drawers. But like all the pills on the table reminds me of PT as well.
Yeah.
You know?
What's that book? Is that a book?
Yeah. It's like the back of a book.
A
Looks like a romance novel.
That mirror's not broken. But can you see yourself in the mirror?
Nope.
So we're a vampire.
Yes. That's why it ties in so well with Vampire the Masquerade. Right?
Yeah. Totally. I'm excited for Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Close. Is this our house? Are we
Yes.
this person?
Yep, this is our bedroom. We are the father in the beginning of the game that killed his family and shot himself.
So we've gone back in time?
I don't know. Or are we in a purgatory
What was
because
that?
of things we did? It was like a Russian nesting doll.
No, I think yes.
It's just a
I'm
collectible
aware
in the
of
game.
what the item was.
Did you see the light just go out though?
Why? Why did the Russian nesting doll go?
Because it's a collectible, so we picked it up.
Oh, okay.
So that progress room, if we go back there,
Oh, it'll be there.
or it'll be either be there or it's on a different shelf in the house. I can't remember.
This is a really weird house.
It is.
very
It's a
weird
strange layout. Like, it's a little bit confusing.
That grandfather clock at the end of the hall is weird. The door. Where's the master bathroom?
There isn't one. There's just this one bathroom. There's this bathroom up here. You know,
But it's
this is
connected
like a
to
weird
the-
office, but then there's like a landing that like looks down
Which is weird.
into another room.
Are there stairs? In the
Yeah.
back there?
No, that's a landing area. So there's stairs here, right?
Yeah. That's the front door.
So that one begins another chapter. Locked. See, we need the basement key for there. And then that begins like the third chapter.
Someone in the house is crippled.
Maybe.
French toast is Alex, right?
Yes. Hi, Alex.
Alex said he crapped his pants in this game. Sorry to hear that. Looking for the garage key. It's probably in Jean's pocket in the laundry room, as always.
Thank me later, honey. Kiss, kiss. Hug, hug. Big kiss. Little kiss.
Big keys. Like, maybe if we didn't take our vows, we could get married and have a family with some niños or whatever.
I love that movie.
I watched that movie on Sunday with my kids.
It's funny. I actually
love
tonight
that
just
show.
watched Napoleon Dynamite
Oh, I love it.
because I haven't seen that one for a while.
Dana, you fat lord.
Eat the food.
Come eat your dinner. Napoleon, don't be mad at me just because I sit around all
'Cause
day
I've been-
talking with babes.
I've been chatting online with babes all day.
Chatting online. Yeah, that's what it is. Chatting online with babes.
Besides, we both know I'm trying to become a cage fighter.
Yes.
All right, so I don't
Yes.
think we can get to the laundry room just yet.
I love technology.
So I think we can go ahead and begin the first chapter. It's one of those games where it's developed by a small team, and so doing certain things can like soft lock you out of the game.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? So I had to follow a walkthrough to be able to get through it all, just because
Things happen.
things happen.
It's understandable.
Okay.
How does that technology song go?
We all love technology, but not
Not
as much as you see.
But yeah.
All right, Lucy's chapter, An Insidious Friend.
Is the panda the insidious friend? What the crap is that thing? What is that?
It's like a weird
Where are its legs?
doll. I don't know.
Are the legs under the dress? What? Don't open the closet. There's monsters in the closet. Look, it's Lotso Hugging Bear. He's gonna come alive.
Oh, yeah. Is that Toy Story 3?
Toy Story 3. Yeah. John and me. Are we John?
No.
Who's John?
I think it's
The
her
insidious friend?
I think it's brother. Could be.
Sarah and Dad. That lighter looks like a gun.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Alex says this chapter gave him literal nightmares.
I think this one is. There we go.
What happened? What? Why? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Why do you keep knocking, Colt?
I hate when the lights go out, though. It freaks me out.
I told you it was lots of hugging bear. I told you it was the bear.
How you doing? How you doing, Lance?
Play these games. Why do you make them play these games, Carl? I don't understand.
Oh yeah, that's what changed. This door's open now.
Because Alex says he has PTSD. I mean, there's a picture of Christ on the wall, so.
Is that something in the doorway, Lance? And what's that eye right there? Why is that an eye?
An eye. Is this a room that we've been in?
No.
Is this like the thing that's gonna crawl out of the TV? Or the ring? Was it the ring that she
Yeah, the ring.
Oh, look, the dining room that has a table in front of the door.
So that's jammed, so we can't go that way. But what's this?
The basement key.
We found the basement key.
It wasn't in the chick's pants.
Well, that was the garage key.
Oh, the garage.
That's
key
supposed to
was
be in the
chick's
pants.
Okay, fine. You had the basement key. Fancy. I'm not scared. Because you totally got dual lighters in your hand. Flamethrowing at the evil whatever's going on with this crazy.
Okay, so now it's the kitchen.
Uh-huh, yeah.
3:33. That's the witching hour, right? In like
3:33
demonology.
Yes.
So they say that's when the veil is thin.
That's why I always wake up at 3:30 in the morning. Make sure I don't have any demons roaming around in my house.
All right. Opened up a shortcut.
Yeah, you over there, that corn. Send me a piece of that corn. Send that corn for later. Alex says that's the time when the portal to hell is most open. It's 3:33
Yeah.
in the morning.
I don't know if I've heard it that way, but I've heard that it's like when the veil between us and the spirit realm is thinnest. But I mean, same principle, right?
Same principle.
Things can get through.
Is this such an organized family that puts tags on their keys?
Yeah. And has weird, like their basement locked and their garage locked from the inside.
Yeah.
That needs a key.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And also,
Why is that door shut?
what the crap is... Why?
And those pictures freak the crap out of me. Like
This place is weird. This house is weird. Who built a house like this? That's the basement? There's way too many landings in this place, man. Now, we're in the basement now, and then
Yeah.
there's like over here. There's another landing.
It's like another rec room or something. Like it's a weird house. I'd like to see like a map of it. Well, let's say there's fresh paint here.
Yeah, so obviously that means break through the wall.
So my first time playing through this game, I didn't find this little room here until the very end of the game. I was like, oh, what's this? I didn't realize you could access this area until like immediately. And you'll see why I'm bringing that up.
Puppies, fluffy bunnies, happy places. Just gonna keep quoting Nacho. Don't wanna get picked to lose. I want to win.
And yet another
What's this?
basement.
How far down does the dog like into this? This is very Silent Hill for me.
See the room?
Hey, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
He's at 5. 5.
I think he does that with Michael sometimes. I think he's one of Michael's friends. I don't know why he does it. Some old joke that they get, but I have no idea who he is.
That's the gun from the beginning.
This is the room from the beginning.
4 chairs. 4 dead bodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fully loaded. Aim the gun to your head. That seems like a great idea. That's a great prompt. I feel like because it's saying we should aim the gun to our head, we should aim the gun to our head.
All right.
I didn't mean that. Why are you doing this?
I know what happens.
Of course you do.
I think you'll appreciate what happens.
Is it Russian roulette? Besides, we don't have a head. We're in a corporalized...
We don't even have a hand.
Yeah, this is the first chapter.
We beat the game.
Colt. This is very PT.
This is how the game started. This is the room we started in.
This is...
Right?
This is...
Right, that's why I said you'd appreciate it. And not only that, see the scratch mark in the floor?
Yeah.
Right in front of the door? If you use up all the bullets, you get more scratch marks, showing how many times you've tried.
So you weren't.
You're trying to end the cycle, and the game won't let you.
I see.
Tell me that's not Silent Hill,
And that is very Silent Hill.
right? See, so now we're back here.
Door's locked.
This is the basement door, right? We have the key.
This is the garage door.
The garage door, yeah. We unlocked it.
It's not going to be the same room. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be the same room.
Weird, right?
Very.
But fascinating. It's that, like, I think it's why I'm okay with how weird the house is, because it's playing with that impossible spaces.
I mean, this is definitely purgatory.
Yeah.
And come to find out at the end, what the hell is this?
So this connects to the basement we were just in. It's like a weird loop around.
They have a car in the basement?
This is the garage, remember? The garage. There's
You
the
just went
out.
downstairs.
I know, but this is the garage. Because it was the garage key that opened that door. I wish there was. I wish there was a map, because I want to see how this house is laid out.
Tormented, remothered, tormented fathers.
It's not as obnoxious as that.
I'm not frustrated at all. I mean, this is definitely some type of purgatory. So you weren't supposed to shoot yourself?
Nope. Because that's the easy way out. We need to face what we did.
What did we do? I mean, there's are we the black monster person?
We could be.
Love the creepy music.
Oh, don't worry. There's a mirror room, too.
Oh, lovely. Because that makes sense. This house is weird.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm all down for weird houses. But there's way too many stairs. Way too many stairs. Particularly for somebody with a crutch. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That table looks old.
Okay, so I'm going to key you in on a little bit of how this plays out. So all the items that we find to initiate the chapters do not correspond to anyone regarding the character we're playing and his family.
What?
So we basically go through events of previous occupants of the house
Okay, so the girl's
in different
not your
eras.
daughter?
The girl is not our daughter, but we're going to see what happened with her in this house. And then we'll see what happened with the dude with the crutch in this house. That's the third chapter, actually. And that's the weakest one. That one, I don't like that one very much. And then there's the key hanging on the wall, and that has to do with the...
Are we still in the first chapter?
Yeah.
Even though we killed ourselves.
Yeah. It just picked up. But it did give us a hint. It showed us that weird videotape thing of the scribblings on the walls.
Yeah.
So let's head back down to the basement where we were before we killed ourselves. I see there. This is a storage room, so our items, like key items, dynamic items that we need, store in here. Because sometimes we just don't have enough space, or we have to two-hand something. But sometimes we have to put it down to pick up other things, and so it'll be stored there.
Wait, go back. Huh, okay.
I hear something. Sorry, that's why I'm looking around.
Don't try to go in the locked rooms. Because that's not creepy.
You hear that, right? The breathing?
Yeah, I hear it. No, I totally wasn't trying to ignore it, Cole. Why can't we just play like My Little Pony or something? Oh, there's a light bright. I had one of those when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
those were cool.
They obviously did not follow any of the basement rules. How big is this basement?
Big basement, man.
Michael's back.
Hi, Michael. That sounded really close.
It did. That candle wasn't there before. That candle wasn't there before, Cole. There's a body in there. There's a body in there. Come on now. I told you, there's a body.
You were right. Stop turning the lights out on me.
Don't stand in the dark too long, Colt. Your liner is nearly empty. What are you doing?
I'm trying to drop the lighter. I'm fiddling around with the stupid...
Dude, sauce is happening. Is that a needle? She have a needle
Yeah.
in her hand? Cool. Cool. There's a door there. They drew a door there. Can you...
Can't use it.
What is that? Is that a person?
Kind of looks like a person.
Is that a girl?
With a syringe.
Why is she giving it to you? It's not fair when you play these games before me, so that you have prior knowledge.
Alright, so we want to follow the trail.
This is feeling very Fatal Frame.
A little bit, huh?
God, I hated those games. Oh my gosh. Oh,
They are terrifying
I did
games.
not like Fatal Frame. And I think was it Fatal Frame 3? That was like the one where you're in Japan and the weird boogeymen are coming after. Is it that one?
Yeah, I think so.
That one scared the bejeebies out of me.
I really like the second one. I think story-wise, it's the best one.
I did not like that. Someone just shut the door.
Yeah, they did. Didn't like that.
Take some pills, bro.
Oh, I didn't want to drop that. Thank you.
Someone local followers. What do you think I'm doing?
How do I freaking... I'm trying to figure... It says I don't need to keep the lighter, and I can't figure out how to drop it. There we go. Jeez. Sorry.
Just drop it, bro. Just drop it.
I dropped it.
Those cockroaches?
Probably.
Nope. 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 Your camera just happens to stop working right then.
A little spooky.
Don't stand in the dark for too long.
Where's the red light coming from, Lance?
I don't know, Colt.
Lance!
I'm not meant for these duties. Scary game duty. Dead guy duty. Maybe there's more to me than these duties.
Sorry, I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm like
It's good. I've got
very tense.
Follow this way to guilt. I thought you said we didn't go outside, Cole.
Not out the front door. You didn't specify going out the weird red door that used to be the door to the basement.
The weird red
What?
door
If
that
you would have
leads
asked,
into the terrain.
if you would have asked that, I would have said then yes, we do.
I'm sorry, Cole. Do we go out the weird blue door?
No, we don't actually. If you had asked me if we go through some weird mirror portals, then yes. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yes, we definitely do.
How about that big bear?
How about that big bear? What's up with that big bear?
I don't know.
What's up with all of this? What is this place?
I don't know.
Guilt? Welcome to Guilt. Please enjoy your stay.
Welcome.
Oh, look! A tree house! I bet we end up climbing that ladder. Because all the weird repeat stuffed animals are leading to it.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of hug and bear, I'm telling you.
I'm Lucy.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello, Lucy. I want to be your friend, Lucy.
It is the chick from the ring.
Pico.
Pico.
Friend did it.
Friend did it. Friend killed Pico?
Friend killed Pico.
You just happened to know that there was a key on the back of that
I got lucky, actually. I knew it was on the back of one of them.
Okay, cool. Because that wasn't creepy at all. Also, why is there an eye above the Lucy picture?
I don't know.
I think you do know, you just don't want to
It's
tell me.
creepy.
I think you know, you don't want to tell me. Lucy stabbed herself with a syringe? I mean, it seems like we already knew that. What?
Stay with me, Lucy.
It's bad, Lucy. It has to go away. Don't tell anyone, Lucy. Me,
Hi. Locked us in the...
I want to help you.
Okay.
It's not
Okay,
what it
cool.
seems, Lucy.
Yep.
Your parents wouldn't understand, Lucy.
Listen, normal.
Only
You know that song from Frozen 2? that Olaf sings, where he's like, these are all completely normal events. You know,
I don't know that song.
that's because you have all boys and you don't have girls that watch Frozen too.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Wow, there's a
You
song-
said that very angrily.
I
I'm sorry I don't have daughters, Lance. Can we still be friends?
did. No! No, we cannot. Forced to watch My Little Pony and Frozen and who knows what else. I'm not even paying attention.
You're disassociating.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing.
disassociating.
You're coping.
Yeah. There's lots of eyeballs in this place.
Does it seem like there's getting more eyeballs?
More eyeballs.
Right? Like,
There's more and more eyeballs appearing on the wood. And I'm not afraid. That it was obviously like her dad or somebody saying like she's found her after she's injected herself, and that was her like recollection of him trying to get her to stay awake.
maybe.
That's how I interpreted that.
Okay, I think that's a fair assumption, but I don't think it's... I mean, it could be. We can talk about it. Now the light switch covers are off,
Yeah. Lots
which
of
means we can't turn lights on.
Yeah, that's friendly. And now we're following the
It takes time to get used to the pathfinding in this, because like it does do a pretty decent job of guiding you where you need to be if you can look for what the markers are. Like right now, we're following the light switches.
right,
Before, obviously, it was the trail that you could only see with the camera.
right.
And so once you kind of get used to what the game is trying to do, it becomes more easier to it becomes easier to navigate. Like before, I was like really thrown off about what I was supposed to be doing.
Right. Hi, Lucy. Oh. I'm scared. I'm not scared to drive home. I don't know what you're talking about, Colt.
Doing okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm having a great time hanging out with my friend and quoting Nacho Libre. What's your favorite Nacho Libre quote?
I really like Get the Corn Out of My Face.
I love that one so much.
It's a very good one.
Get the corn on my face. I've been told by multiple people that I look like Jack Black. I think it's just because I'm brown hair and fat. I don't think that there's any other real connections between us. But I've been told by multiple people that I look like him. I think one of my favorite quotes. Well, Anaconda Squeeze. I taught to Riv. So
That
whenever
was
she
pretty
gives
good.
anybody a hug, she always says Anaconda Squeeze, which is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
But I think my all-time favorite is the "Come to me, Eagle Powers, please, please," or the other one. I've been thinking about the salvation of your soul and stuff, and how you have not been baptized.
Not been baptized.
Don't go for these attachis.
Those eggs were a lie. And the powers.
I'm not talking to you. You only believe in science. Creepy. There's a red door. Oh. Hey. That happened. Was that there before?
Nope.
Cool. Look, it's the bird cage with the dead bird. Hi, Lucy.
I knew she was coming up. We're dead.
Hi, Lucy. Eating our soul now? What did Lucy do?
She killed us.
Your undoing is now inevitable. Cool.
We're almost done with the first chapter.
Okay.
And then we can call it. And then we can talk about it a little bit if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I'm not in a hurry.
Like, even the chain placement is Silent Hill 4 on that door. Alrighty.
So we're going through the red door?
Yeah.
So who...
Excuse me.
Who are these pictures of?
Of the shadow guy?
No, on the wall. Like, that one was of the mom and a daughter. Who are these? If they're not us, right?
They are, because we are playing as the current occupant of this house, who killed his wife and kids, for some reason.
Okay, but you haven't explained whether
We're current.
flashback or...
No, we're in the present, but we find things of what happened before in the house.
So we're playing the guy after he's killed his family,
Yes.
and he's dead.
I don't know. All we know is that we're wandering around this spooky house.
I mean, you do know, right? I mean,
I honestly don't know if he's dead or not
Okay.
during this, because it doesn't explain it.
Okay.
It's left up to your own interpretation.
And she got you because your insanity dropped, or why?
Yeah. Well, and in the chapter, there's always a stalker that's coming after you. In this one, it's the girl. And again, this is a game made by a very small team, and so it's not perfect. And so there's time, like, the sanity thing doesn't work very well. Like, I can be standing in a room with lights on and my sanity will still be dropping. And, like, there's no real indication of why that's happening.
Right.
You know? And then, like, sometimes you'll be in a room and all of a sudden the stalker is in that room. Like what just happened to us in the last time. Like, she was behind us all of a sudden.
Right.
You know? And so you just kind of, you know, got to deal
Let it
with, yeah, not read too much into it. I didn't want to drop those. Why did I drop them? Like, the inventory system's hard to manage, obviously. Like, I'm having a lot of trouble with that, as you can tell. But I think this game does have a lot of potential, and it is legitimately creepy.
I mean, and from what I read, it sold well.
Yeah.
So they'll probably do another one. I mean,
They might,
be
yeah.
better. It'll be like they'll have a little bit more funding and be able to do something a little bit more polished. Because this wasn't a AAA game, right?
No.
Yeah, I think on the. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of heartburn. It's causing me to have hiccups.
Gotcha.
I think on the PlayStation Store is $20.
Yeah. It wasn't very expensive.
Yeah. And if I was a masochist, I'd buy it and play through it by myself. In other news, I am. Oh, Michael says he hasn't felt that scared in a game in a long time.
It is.
So when was the last time you played PT? Is my question to that. Although I will say, no, I don't. PT hasn't. Every time we play PT, I'm still on edge, even though I know what's coming.
Right.
because that game is just
Legitimately terrifying.
yeah, beyond. Was that?
That's
Yeah,
her.
okay.
That's
I was
her.
just gonna be like, did I see her?
She's there.
She's just standing there. That's not creepy. Lucy. Naughty girl.
There's a key in one of these drawers that we have to find. There it is. And this stumped me for a long time. So like, where am I supposed to be going? Okay, now
So you can unlock which cage? The cage in the room? The cage in the other room?
no, we got to make it through this area, but Lucy happens to be standing in the way right now, which I don't like. Move, Lucy. Get through this way.
It don't look like it. Oh, wow.
I don't know how I did that. There, that's the door I need to get to.
How old is Lucy?
She's like 7, 8-ish. Like, stuff like this is always effective to me. Like, good, effective horror. Right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, this is terrifying.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. Stuffed bird. What's the radio have to say to you? Where'd the door go?
It's gone, man.
Oh, now the other door's gone as well, so now you're just trapped in this concrete box. That's cool.
Cool, 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 cool.
Cool, 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 cool. Cool, cool. Now the bird's gone. Now the bird's gone, and now Lucy's in the corner. Eating the bird? Is she eating the bird?
Kinda
She's
sounds
eating
like
the
it,
bird.
huh?
She's eating the bird. Somehow it won't light up. Who's surprised by this? Anybody in chat?
She's gone.
Now she's gone. And the door's back. What an utterly delightful. That's not.
And now we're a
creepy.
giant.
Are we?
Look how small everything is.
Does that mean that we're giants? Or does that mean that everything's small?
I don't know, man.
What's up with the mannequin?
Because mannequins are creepy.
Tell me about it. Resident Evil 7 had a whole ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they moved. Okay. Okay. This isn't a weird space at all. I don't think Narnia's on the other side of that wardrobe.
Should we open it, Lance?
It's the only thing to do, Colt.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we're gonna open it and find sorrow. Whatever's on the other side. Yeah, that baby face. That's not creepy. That is not gonna haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life. So would you see that ludicrous display last night?
Exactly.
What was Arsenal thinking?
They always just try to walk it in.
My favorite is when he's saying that all to them in the car when they're in the truck. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
The problem with Arsenal is
He's like on the verge of tears. So good, man.
I didn't call the police. I said I was listening to the police. Michael says the creepiest mannequins in the game for me were the ones in Condemned.
Yeah. That part where you're going through the department store
Yeah.
and they're just behind you.
Yeah. I will say, I think there's a reason why New Who started out, the very first episode of New Who was Mannequins Came Alive.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Have you ever watched any of the New Who?
No.
With Christopher Eccleston. The very, very first episode of the reboot is mannequins come alive and start shooting people, and it's called Night of the Living Plastic, and it does a decent job of scaring you for sure. Darkness haunts you.
I don't want dark. Ew.
I don't want darkness to haunt me either. What's that? Goodbye, Lucy. I feel like we should try and save you, but you're a lost cause.
Yes. Don't you love how the only way out is where the monster just came from?
Yep. And it's a closet.
A spooky closet.
A very spooky closet.
I like how it tells you not to stand in the dark, but there's literally no light switches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks.
Don't stand in the dark, Colt.
I'll try to remember that.
A really creepy bathroom. Super long hallway that doesn't make any sense. You didn't get that Russian nesting doll.
That's where they collect, actually.
Oh, okay.
See, I've gotten 2 so far.
Hi, Curtis. Hi, Curtis.
Hi, Curtis.
Welcome to the stream. We're playing a really, really fun game. It's the most fun I've had. Like, hey, look, there's a comic book page.
Who left it?
The monster.
I think I need to go back downstairs, but I can't remember.
Let's go downstairs. That seems like a good idea. Literally where the darkness comes from. In this moment, oh, there's a mannequin for you to put the head on. Is that what you do?
No. Maybe. Yeah, I think you're right.
Makes sense. Whoa. I have lots of Polaroids. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. So did we die, or
Nope.
we were just abducted by the
We were
weird
pulled
doll
into
face
the
thing?
thing.
Because the darkness is haunting us. Well, guess what?
Oh, cool.
I don't know about this darkness, but I'm gonna cast magic missile on its ass, and it's gonna die.
Okay. Do that for us.
Because magic missile can take down everything.
Nice.
This is an 8-bit theater joke. Do you know 8-bit theater?
I don't know 8-bit theater.
8-bit theater does D&D. Curtis knows. Curtis has got it.
What's that, Lance?
That is a very beautiful sculpture that could rival the David. It looked like it was by Michelangelo.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That it would just be in this person's basement.
Yeah.
They're a secret art aficionado.
Yes.
With a penchant for really impossible hallways in their basements.
Mm-hmm. So that's blocked.
That's blocked. Don't stand in the dark too long, Colt. Somehow it won't line up.
It makes you use the camera.
Don't stand in the dark. The darkness is going
Don't
to
go chasing waterfalls.
There's this one, back when D&D 4th edition was first coming out, before everybody and their dog thought that 4th edition was crap. They did a whole bunch of animated interviews, interviewing like the Beholder and the Tiefling and all of those, because one of the major differences between 3rd and 5th edition and 4th edition D&D is that gnomes were no longer considered player characters, and tieflings, which were considered monsters previously, were now considered a player race. And so they have their mock interviewer talking to a tiefling and a gnome, and he says to the gnome, "So how do you feel about the shakeup?" And the gnome says, "Well, as soon as I found out, I called my mom, and I said, 'Mom, guess what? Rawr, I'm a monster.'" And that has always been one of my favorite YouTube clips of all time, is the little gnome going, "Rawr, I'm a monster." And sometimes when I'm really creeped out and like on the verge of having a mental breakdown because my friend makes me play really scary games, I imagine that gnome and realize, monsters aren't that scary. They just go rawr.
Just go rawr.
Yeah. And this creepy doll-face crazy person that's after us, all she's done is go rawr.
Yeah, she hasn't,
So she's not scary?
hasn't done anything serious.
She's not scary.
I just don't know what I'm supposed to do right here.
And that, my friends, is the lesson of the week.
That's coping with Lance.
Coping. I'm going to start a podcast called How to Cope with the Horror in Your Life. Let me know if you want to, sign up for the inaugural episode. Obviously, I'll be publishing it on SoundCloud.
Obviously.
And anywhere quality podcasts are served. Of course, I have my own little version of the Serenity Prayer that I say every time I knock on Colt's door.
Jeez. That was very, very close. Woo! I think I just had a little mini heart attack. Right? Lance is just broken down into hysterics now.
What the hell? Where did all these chairs come from?
Don't know.
Can't go that way, Colt.
Ooh, we can follow the claws, though.
Yeah, let's follow the claws. That makes a lot of sense.
Let's follow these really friendly claws.
Yeah, they look friendly. Also, the room covered in
plastics?
In plastic.
Doesn't imply anything.
Yeah, totally not gonna get gutted.
Nothing bad will happen.
Nothing bad will happen. In the infamous word, in the famous words, sorry, I got that way wrong. Famous words of Douglas Adams, don't panic.
That's a good lighting
It is
effect.
a good lighting effect. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, yeah. Mannequin falling over right as you walk through the door. It's not creepy. You're definitely breathing in asbestos, bro.
Yeah. If the doll face ghost doesn't get me, then the asbestos will.
Yes.
It's just how these things
Is
work.
this the basement, the garage? What is this place?
I don't know, man. It's like an amalgam of other spaces.
None of this makes sense. And now we've come to the wardrobe graveyard. You know, all houses have one. Can you light any of those candles? Yeah, just fall down the hole. That's safe. Oh, look, now we're back in the house. But it's all upside down? What? That's a human. That's a body. That's a body shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the body from? Where's it at? Where is it coming from?
I don't know.
Let's fall down the hole again.
That's creepy, dude.
My weird body
It's like
shadow.
standing on the first step. Look at that. That's creepy.
See you later.
Oh, I wish those wardrobes went to Narnia.
Oh,
Curtis.
we were already talking about that.
Did I miss all that?
I was talking about Narnia earlier.
I do remember that.
Yeah. That one could be an eyeball, and I don't mean this in any way.
No, I know. I know.
It could also be...
If this was Silent Hill, that would 100% be the other thing, not the
Yeah.
eyeball.
Yeah.
Because it's all about that kind of psychosexual horror.
Yeah.
I mean, Pyramid Head himself is specifically designed to represent phallic.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you just pull out of that fake vagina?
it's like a 2x4. Remember that door that was locked?
Yeah.
This is the other side of it.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
It's the Eye of Sauron. It sees everything. Except for the massive 2x4 that's...
Embedded in its pupil.
I don't understand. Okay, so we pulled the thing out of the side. How is that connected to the other room?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Where'd this cat come from? Where'd this cat come from?
The cat place? Just not gonna go in there.
The cat place?
Where do you think the cat came from?
Obviously, another dimension.
Do we open it?
Yeah, we open it. I'm already. There's nothing in it. That was a waste. Can't go that way. You gotta move the chair. Where are you gonna put the chair?
Get that chair out of my face.
Get that chair.
We've been in this closet before, remember?
Yeah.
We couldn't get through. Now we can get back downstairs to where we were.
I love coming out of the closet.
That's pretty good.
That's not insensitive either.
Oh.
No.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's fine. He's friendly.
It's friendly.
He's misunderstood.
Friendly.
I'm just keeping this
It did
pointed
call him-
because he's gonna come. He's gonna come.
It did call him the insidious friend, but they used the word friend.
Yeah, he's misunderstood.
Misunderstood, like Maleficent.
Sure.
Again, that's probably a movie you didn't watch.
I actually did.
Tell 'em how it
No, I
was.
actually watched the first one.
Did you like it?
I don't remember a lot of it. I thought it was okay.
I think the only thing good out of it was the Lana Del Rey version of Once Upon a Dream.
I think it's kind of weird to take, not so much with Maleficent, but definitely with the new Cruella de Vil. Like, I'm gonna watch it. The live action Cruella de Vil with Emma Stone.
Well, I had no idea this was a thing.
Yeah, they released the trailer not too long ago. Anyway, like, it's like a big focus on she's the way she is, and she's a villain because the man keeps her down, and she's woman, hear me roar. You don't think
I
she's a villain because of the puppy murdering?
I loved everything about the way you just did that. She's a villain because the man keeps her down, and she's woman, hear me roar.
That's literally in the trailer.
Is it really?
But it's like, did we forget about the puppies
Yeah,
that you
did we
killed and
forget
murdered?
about the
Maybe
puppies?
that's why people don't like you.
Maybe.
Not because you're oppressed. Help,
On
I'm
a
being
scale-
oppressed.
And I understand. I'm not downplaying puppy murder at all.
So on a scale
On a
of
scale of
evil to nefarious,
yeah, I feel like Cruella was the least evil of all the Disney villains.
well, yeah, she just wanted a cool coat.
Yeah,
She wasn't
And
out
she
for
was
like
just
world
killing
domination or
She was
ocean
just killing
domination or.
puppies. Yeah. I mean, compared to like Ursula or Jafar,
They're pretty bad.
that's why when you like look at the Descendants movies, the trailer for Cruella reminds Michael of the Joker. I am so sorry about the hiccups. I'm trying to get them to go away. But playing a scary game isn't helping.
How did that get me? I took a picture.
Cool. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
With the knives. That's cool.
Yeah, he's got like, and that's our link to Resident Evil 8. It's got like the same hand claws as the vampire lady.
Hiccups.
Lance, it'll be okay. It's a game. It's a game, Lance. It's just a game. Lance has the hiccups, guys, because he's so scared. He's. I'm only laughing so much because I'm only laughing so much because I'm nervous laughing.
Having a great time over here. What I was saying was, if you watch the Descendants movies, like the trifecta of evil people are Maleficent, the evil queen from Snow White, Jafar, and Cruella de Vil. And I have always watched those movies because my girls love those movies. We watch them on a weekly basis. And constantly thought to myself, one of these isn't like the other.
One of these is not like the others.
Like, I understand that Cruella has the most badass evil name of all time. I mean, Cruella de Vil.
I need the rusty key. That's what I need.
Yeah, that's what you need.
That
makes sense.
That's my problem. I don't have the rusty key.
Sense. But really, she just murdered a couple of puppies. Like, the evil queen fed Snow White a poison apple and wanted her to die, sent her out into the forest with a hunter to cut out her heart. Like, I feel like the scale of evil.
She'd even killed the 101 Dalmatians. They got away, so she didn't even do that right.
Yeah. So how is she evil, really? I just feel like
this is where I died last time. Sorry, I'm like taking tons of
understand.
pictures to keep that thing away.
I feel like she's just misunderstood. Right?
Sure.
And she's crazy. I mean, she is crazy. We did get the origin, which I wonder if they're keeping in the new movie. But we did get her origin in Once Upon a Time, when they did her arc.
That was that TV show, right?
Yeah, the TV show, which was actually decently good up until like season 3. When they did the whole Dark Emma stuff, it was like, give me a break. But her origin story in Once Upon a Time was that she just liked to eat things, and so she would try a whole bunch of stuff, and one day she swallowed
a puppy?
No, she swallowed a ton of ink, and it drove her crazy.
Oh, okay.
She
didn't swallow a puppy.
Yeah, she got like ink poisoning and lead poisoning and stuff, and it drove her insane. Hi, David Statue Man. Don't
leave me alone, doors.
That was actually just... Jason wanted to name one of his pit bulls Karma.
Karma?
But his wife wouldn't let him.
I think I'm going to side with your wife on this one, Jason. Probably a good decision not to name your pimples.
Am I missing something?
I don't know. Oh, it's a brick wall.
I meant with the Karma name.
I don't know if it. I don't know.
Is that... I'm sorry, Jason. I'm tired and scared and... So I'm not following why. They're both females.
Karma. Karma. I think he just wanted.
Why wouldn't your wife let you?
Because it's gross.
Karma?
No, naming your pimples. I'm guessing.
Pit bull dog.
Oh,
Wanted to name
I
his
thought he said.
pit bull.
I thought he said pimple. And I was like, why are we having this conversation?
Gosh.
That's gross.
Oh my gosh, Colt. No.
I was
His
taught. No, I was.
pit bulls.
Okay, that makes more sense now. I see your confusion now, but before I was like, why are we talking about naming pimples?
I'm so. Okay.
I'm focusing on this.
Yeah, but
You need to enunciate.
I'm so sorry, Colt.
Thank you.
He wanted to name his pit bulls
Yeah, not pimple. Thank you. I understand that now.
Karma.
What did you end up naming your pit bull?
Again, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm lost.
We
I'm back on the
we
pimple thing,
yeah, we've
and I've
lost you.
it.
We've lost you. Sorry, Jason.
Okay, climb the massive piles of trash in order to get to the door. Makes sense.
They kind of look like body bags.
They do look like body bags.
Hey, look.
A normal house. He ended up naming them Calypso and Cleo.
Cool.
Yeah, let's follow the claw marks. Again, makes sense. See any more claw marks?
Where did they go? Did they go that way, maybe?
I think you took the wrong turn.
I think so too. Yeah, they're there.
Up the stairs.
I just want to get where there's light.
Yes. You just lock yourself in the bathroom and stay there.
We don't need to ever leave, right?
Well, I don't think so.
There's light in here.
Have I ever told you the story about why I'm freaked out by shower curtains?
No.
Okay, cool. I have this irrational fear of whenever the shower curtain is pulled close inside of a tub.
Mm-hmm.
I have, like...
You fear that something's inside it?
Yeah.
Like behind it?
Yeah. And the reason why, when I was in 7th grade, maybe 8th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 8th. When I was in 8th grade, I had read through pretty much all of the fantasy section of the library at school. And so I went up to Mrs. Teeter.
Mm-hmm.
Loved her. She was an amazing person. And I said, I need a new book to read. Because I would read books like crazy back then.
Yeah.
And is there a note in the tub?
No, it's like a pill packet
Oh,
thing.
okay. Said to Mrs. Teeter, can you recommend me a book? Because I've read every fantasy book in the school. And she says, well, maybe you should try mysteries. Maybe mysteries will be your thing.
Okay.
I was like, okay. So I go to the mystery section, and I find this book. It's about this big, called Name of the Game. And I say, this sounds cool. Kind of got a cool title.
Yeah.
Let's give this a shot. So I start reading Name of the Game. I quickly find that the main plot of the story is this young woman who's like 19, 18, 19, goes to live with her uncle in a house. And his favorite thing to do is make her solve puzzles.
Okay.
And so he's constantly testing her to solve this puzzle, that puzzle, whatever. And it's the, they're playing the game. And that's what they refer to it throughout the book, is the game. Well, eventually things happen. Michael says to look in the little window in the bathroom.
The little window.
Yeah, the little window.
Like that little window? Like what?
A little window.
You mean the mirror?
The little window. That little window in the corner.
Oh, this one? Oh, sheesh.
That's nice. Thank you for pointing that out, Michael. Anyway, so they go throughout the book playing with blah, blah, blah. All this stuff happens. Well, the last scene of the book, she can't find... What am I gonna... I'm gonna kick him in the balls. That's what I'm gonna do. She can't find her uncle. Doesn't know where he is. So she's in the bathroom, and she realizes that the shower curtain is closed. And she's like, that's weird. So she pulls the shower curtain back, and her uncle is dead in the tub, filled with blood. And on the wall is written in
Blood?
yeah, in like fingerprint, font. The name of the game was murder. And like, that's how the book ends.
That's weird.
Why would she like let me? I don't think she knew what this.
She probably didn't know what it was. She's like, oh, here's a mystery.
That book scared the bejeebies out of me.
That's fairly traumatizing.
I mean, there was a lot of other stuff too that happened. Like, it wasn't just, oh, then her uncle died. It wasn't all just, oh, do this Sudoku puzzle.
You want to go take a bath with the shower curtain closed?
Cool. Cool. Hi, Lisa, watching TV in the middle of a bath.
Lucy.
Lucy, sorry, I meant that.
Lucy!
Lisa was from
Supper's
PT.
ready. Come on up. Lucy? Lucy?
Is this where they find her dead? She's killed the bird.
Why would she do that? She loved Pico.
I don't know. She's never done anything like it. I think we should see a professional.
This is a cool narrative device, I think. Like the weird, almost mannequin personages in just this dark area.
I know all that. But who the hell prescribes syringes for a child? Couldn't they just give us pills like everyone else? How can a child trust a parent that thrusts needles up their arms? This new doctor clearly doesn't know anything about parenting. I don't want their help anymore. She's only been worsening ever since we went to these doctors. Imaginary friends and all these weird behaviors. She doesn't even call me mom anymore.
They're just trying to help. It's not their fault. Even before we sought their help, she had problems. She killed Pico for fuck's sake. Don't you remember?
Did she kill her parents? She just ended up dead. Hi, tub full of blood.
Would that be your instinct if you're in this situation? Oh, there's a tub full of blood. I'm going to climb on in.
No.
Good sound design, though. Like, that's
Slutty?
disgusting. It's very viscous. Maybe it's paint.
It's very Elizabeth Bathory.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna put my head under the blood. Gonna do that. That's so cool. I'm sorry, what?
So, alright, so I'll tell you my interpretation of it from what I gather. And this is a good, obviously, it's a good stopping point. It's the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
Okay, so based on the information we get, the girl was troubled, was hearing voices from the television. They thought it was mental issues, the parents did, so they tried to get her help.
No, she's obviously possessed by a demon.
Was drugged up, which made her more susceptible to
Yeah.
the influence, and it just got worse and worse and worse until eventually it's unclear. Like, obviously she was possessed by this thing and ripped her own jaw off.
I mean, that
And the
takes a lot of
trauma,
strength.
yeah. But I mean,
I don't even know where would you grab?
well, I think it's like one of the, because like you've read the thing or heard the thing about how, like, if we wanted to, if we didn't have like the pain receptors or whatever, that we have enough force in our jaws to like bite our finger clean off, but like there's a mental block there that prevents us from doing that. So I wonder if it's something like that, if like there's more strength than we realize, but if nothing's there to tell us no, that's not a good idea, or you know what I mean.
She ripped it clean off.
Yeah, it was like,
man.
and so part of that is like, is she like she was possessed? It was obviously an outside influence on her.
That seems weird though. Like, even if I were sitting here trying to think about, okay, I don't want to do that. Like, how do you get your hand in there to?
I don't know.
Where do you pull?
I don't know.
Because you're pulling your mandible right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to pull hard enough to rip your mandible out of the socket.
I like how on the camera we're just both going like this.
How do you do that?
How do you do that, guys?
How would you even go about ripping your jaw
Like,
off?
And
then she bled to death? Is this what
yeah,
we're seeing?
and then that's how she died. Like, the trauma of it or whatever. Obviously, I don't think you're coming back from that. Like, if you get your jaw ripped off,
I don't know.
and no one can get to you, and no one can get to you,
You're not ripping any vital.
maybe like just loss of blood, and if she is young, just the loss,
I think she
you know
died
what I
from
mean?
loss of blood,
Yeah, blood
for sure.
loss, and shock, and
if they couldn't get in the door.
If they
But,
couldn't get in
it
quick
sounded
enough.
like they were like right there. It just seems like that seems really weird.
and maybe I mean, it doesn't, like, it's a game.
Right.
You know, it's not going to go into detail and explain. I mean, this is what's presented to us in the game that happened. She obviously died,
Yeah.
and then
She had to have bled out.
yeah, she had to have bled out. You know, why they didn't break in or stuff like that, that's not part of the story, or, you know, that's just the end of it. That's all the information we have. That's the story that's presented to us.
I mean, because we saw her tongue, right?
Yeah.
So she only ripped
Only the lower
the
jaw.
lower jaw, and so there's not any like major vessels or anything there that would cause you to bleed out.
That's why we can lose teeth and stuff and be okay, right?
Yeah. So that was a really weird.
But however, then you see in like movies like King Kong and stuff like that, you always see him like breaking the dinosaur's jaw and it kills it. You know what I mean?
Does it kill it though?
Yeah. Like there's that famous scene in like the Peter Jackson one and the classic black and white one where it's fighting the T-Rex dinosaur thing, and it always ends with it breaking its jaw like that, like pulling it completely open.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see that like doing that, it would put pressure on like your skull and head and everything, and it would cause problems. I get that. But this, it looks like it was just a clean. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
What I'm
I don't know
saying is,
either.
That's creepy.
I think
And
for
why would-
storytelling purposes, I think it's just
she
a
ripped
very
her own jaw off.
visceral, shocking image. They wanted this ghost to follow you around the house with its tongue dangling out and no lower jaw. And it's like, okay, this is what happened to her. This is why she appears this way, and this is how this
And it would make sense.
this
to
is
me
how she died.
If it showed the demon like, because the demon had the needle fingers.
Right.
Like if the demon was the one that did it.
I do think it's fascinating though. Like in that moment, you see the demon kind of flickering in and out of existence
Right.
as she's doing it. Like that. That's a shot. I think that's more effective than having the demon just kill her.
No.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, because was it her? Was it the demon? Was
Yeah.
it her all along?
And so I do think it's, you know, I do think it's interesting. She was possessed. They tried to get her help. The drugs weren't working, and it just made her more susceptible to this thing's influence until the point that she died from it
Right.
by her own hand. That's an effective little story.
Well, and I think she could have died from shock.
Sure. You know.
I mean, she was a young kid. I mean, who knows? You know. And she looked anemic anyway, so
Yeah. Like she was probably sickly
yeah.
after all the medication and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, getting injected with all that kind of stuff couldn't have been good for her, so. I mean, interesting. Does the demon come back? Is it?
No,
or...
that's all we see of it. We don't see any more of the demon because now we go into another story of
That's
something
weird.
that happened in the house.
That seems weird.
And
to
it's
me.
all-
not congruent.
And what and you know, it's a very creepy game. I like the atmosphere of it. I like, you know, the puzzle solving's decent. I think the narrative is this game's weakest point. I think it's a very good game, especially for as small of a team that made it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think with some more polish and some more narrative direction, it could have been really, really good. But it just kind of has a lot of loose ends. It's like, okay, what was the point of telling that story, even in relation to the overall story of the guy that you're playing as and what he's going
that's-
through and
that's
what
what
he
I'm not
experienced and what he
understanding.
did? Like, why is
Was
he seeing this?
possessed by that same
It
demon
kind
or
of hints at
what?
that. It's like, because things happen in this house, and you go and you live through these different events of 3 different occupants that lived in the house before you did, and the things they went through. So is that why this guy went nuts and killed his family and himself?
Well, but
Because
if
of
that's-
whatever's happening in this house? Is
if
that
that's
the
true,
influence
then,
of it?
Then there should be some sort of
Yeah, there needs to be a through
congruency
line.
Besides,
And it doesn't really give you that. It just gives you, okay, here's these creepy scenarios, and then here's the
yeah,
the main story, you know, of what's going on. And you end up like, you know, like I said, there's the chapters, and then in between each chapter, you can do different things in the house. You find like videotapes hidden around the house, and it shows you like different things, and you find like these weird secret things to go into, and it like fills in a little bit more of the backstory, and it turns out that the guy you're playing as is like continually more and more violent alcoholic, you know,
right.
and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And as he's going down that destructive path, he's getting more and more withdrawn and more possessed as it comes, you know,
Right.
from whatever the force in this house is. I do think I'm kind of torn on it because sometimes I would like a little bit more. This is what happened. This is what's going on. But at the same time, it's like with Silent Hill. Like if Silent Hill came right out and told you exactly what was going on, it wouldn't be near as interesting. It's more interesting, but I don't think this does it as well as Silent Hill does it.
Yeah, I think
is what I'm saying.
The problem
I think
with
they're
this game-
trying to evoke that. They just kind of
Yeah.
it doesn't execute it well.
You can't really interpret what's going on in this from what you've said to me.
Yeah,
If all of these chapters are succinct and
they're supposed they need to reinforce
yeah,
the central storyline,
right.
and they don't.
Well, and it's kind
Other
of
than
like
weird things happen in this house. Something
like the
weird happened to
Bakers.
this.
Yeah, and Resident Evil 7.
Yeah,
Like, we don't really know what's going on with the Bakers. How come he can just regenerate and everybody... He's like, whoa, we just saw him blow his head off. And
Yeah.
Here he is again.
yep.
Like, we don't ever really get a real answer for that. But they're consistent enough that it's,
And we can
you
pull
can
enough from it and be like,
interpret,
oh, it's Resident Evil virus stuff.
something, yeah.
Okay, I get it. That's enough. That's all I need. It's goofy enough to where I've accepted it long ago, so it
Yeah.
works now.
So, but my question is, okay, if it's the house that's causing everybody to do these things, obviously the person who built this house was crazy because the floor plans.
Yeah,
Same.
and it never gives you any idea of
So, like,
the building, of why it's like that.
Where did the spirit inside of this house come from? What's it here?
And not only that,
any of that kind of stuff.
there's also the side story of what's going on with the neighbor, of her going crazy and eventually killing her husband.
Okay.
And like watching all, she talks about like the comic book that you find it says, yeah, there's something wrong with the neighbor's daughter. She seems a little off, or that she seems, really sad and withdrawn and stuff like that. And that's all
Right.
you get. And then it's like, okay. And then this next story, oh, I noticed something else. And then all the whole while, her husband is like very, make my dinner, very misogynistic and stuff like that, to the point where by the end of the comic book, she ends up killing him. And then you get a phone call and she's saying, I'm going to come visit you. But then that never pays off. She never shows up. It feels like there's a lot of threads that were just left unresolved,
Sure.
kind of thing. And part of that is because it was a small development team, and they only have so much they can do with it, even if they do have these bigger ideas.
Right.
Which is why I say, with a bigger team and some more polish and some more direction,
Could be good.
it could have been fantastically good. But as a horror experience, I do think it's a valid horror experience because it makes you feel things.
No, yeah,
You feel unnerved the whole time you're in this house, even when the ghost stuff isn't happening. In between the chapters, you feel unsettled with the lights kind of going on and off, the creaking of the house and weird noises, and
all that stuff.
it's effective. So
Yeah.
I guess my question to you is this something that we continue playing? Or should we move on? Is it worth it to continue
I
playing?
think we got the gist of it. I don't know that we necessarily need to continue.
I think it's worth seeing it. If you want to play it for yourself, you can. And I'm kind of talking to you and the viewers right now.
Yeah.
If you want to continue playing it, I think it's worth it. And if you like games like this, I think you'll enjoy it for what it is.
Right.
As for us, I think this is about as much as we can get out of it.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much more.
So that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah.
Having saying that, before we leave, I am going to show you guys one of the best Easter eggs in a game I've seen in a long time. Because this game does have a surprising amount of goofy Easter eggs. If you don't mind.
Besides the
Well-
Easter egg.
We're just going to watch the Easter egg.
Okay.
I don't want to completely break the surprise.
Michael wanted to know, was the neighbor the one in the kitchen scene with the tea?
No, that is actually just the second occupant of the house. And that took me a while because the age of the lady in the kitchen with the tea is the same age as your next door neighbor. And so it was a little bit confusing to me because that lady also killed her husband. That's the story. Okay, this is that room in the basement, right?
Yeah.
But now that it's got a number on it.
Right. Oh, look, it's the room from Silent Hill 4.
Pretty fantastic, right?
Yeah. Except there's not a big old hole in the wall.
Right. It's an Easter egg.
Cool.
I like that the room is behind that door. Like, that's cool. Like, I guess it was good payoff because when I immediately saw that loading screen with the chain door, I was like, oh, that's Silent Hill 4.
Yeah.
I was like, obviously they're inspired by that in some sense, you know. And then to literally see the game in there, I don't know, it's validating.
Well, and I feel like the game is very much pulling off of that whole...
Yeah, I mean, it's first person.
Worlds within worlds.
Absolutely. You know, you're given this space that is a very, you know, familiar, normal space, a living space, and then just building off of that. And so, anyway, that's, how do you say that? Visage?
Visage.
Visage, right?
Yep.
Again, I don't know how the title...
Makes sense.
I think they just came up with a word that is kind of spooky sounding.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Which, you know, means like ghosts and all that kind of stuff, so it makes sense, but...
I always thought like visage was just like
Well,
a grim
it's
face.
It's a ghostly face.
Like a ghostly pallor. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It is technically about ghosts.
Yeah.
So, I'll allow it.
I think it's a Shakespeare word.
I think it is too. I think he invented it, yeah. I think you're right. Anyway, that's it for us, guys. We will be back on Thursday, though.
Thursday with more Vampire the Masquerade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
So join us if you can.